Today's episode is made possible by all of our amazing patrons whose contributions make it possible to have these mini-sodes and do a bunch of other cool things with Healthful Pursuit. You can find out more by heading over to healthfulpursuit.com/community and know that you can change your contribution at any time. Hey guys, it's Leanne from Healthful Pursuit, and this is another mini-sode of the Keto Diet Podcast. These are my favorite things. I just sit here and I imagine you're sitting with me and we're just like drinking some coffee, hanging out. You can get the podcast extra for today's episode by going to healthfulpursuit.com/podcast/X12. Also, we have regular episodes of the podcast every Sunday. So if you haven't checked those out, you should. And today I wanted to chat with you all about how to eat more fat. Now, this is kind of a beginner topic, but also kind of not, because even now I forget how to eat more fat. I just get stuck in a rut and I'm eating all these things. And soon I realize I haven't been eating much fat, or I've been eating all the same fat for so long and I get really bored. And then I don't know what it is. Sometimes I just need a refresh. And so I thought if I needed a refresh, maybe some of you do. And if you're new to keto, you're probably like, heck yeah, this is awesome. So you might be asking yourself, how do you actually increase the amount of fat that you eat in an easy way, or rather I eat in an easy way that's not super overwhelming to the point where you're like drinking olive oil for breakfast? In fact, I do know some people on keto that drink olive oil before every meal. This is crazy to me. Okay, so here are some of my tips. Focus on vegetables, fiber, high-fat meats, oil, and protein. You can also make yourself a rocket fuel latte, which will include a link in the show notes for that recipe. Think fiber and fats when you are making your snacks. So, hey, that almost rhymes. Think fiber and fats when you're making your snacks. Yeah, you like that? Okay, so next time you're making a snack, you're gonna make that song in your head, or maybe out loud if you're by yourself, or if you're around your family, maybe they think it's really cute too. But you want to load up on the fiber, load up on the fats, and you should be ace. If you're eating vegetables for a snack, try adding some homemade keto salad dressings or some keto MCT oil mayo. If you're like, MCT oil mayo, well, what? You can head on over to my blog. I'll include a link in the show notes for that recipe. If you have crackers for a snack, you could add guacamole. Also, I have tons of cracker recipes on my website. You could add a couple dollops of full-fat coconut cream or coconut milk, or even some chia seeds to fruit. So if you are a fruit person and you're like, how the heck am I supposed to do very low fruit on keto? Whip up coconut milk and then put it in a bowl, and then add a sprinkle of strawberries or something like that instead of a big bowl of strawberries, and then a little dollop of coconut milk. You can make keto fat bomb recipes. I'll include a link in the show notes. Once you've mastered keto snacks, it's time to move on to your keto meals. You can do things like savory breakfast. I kind of just if I'm eating breakfast, I make it look like lunch and dinner. It's basically the same. You can choose 2 oils and run with them for your meals. So what I like to do is I'll either use olive oil and avocado oil. So I have a salad oil and a cooking oil. And then maybe the following week, I'll do something like olive oil, which is cool for cooling things. And then for cooking, I'll use coconut oil. And maybe the following week, I'll use avocado oil for salad dressings and cacao butter for cooking things. So you can have a lot of fun with it. Now with the cacao butter, you want to make sure that it doesn't taste like anything. You could also use red palm oil. I mean, the opportunities are endless, but just know that you don't need all of the oils in the entire world in order to do keto. I would highly recommend that you ditch the vegetable oil, opt for things like maybe coconut oil as your saturated fat, and maybe some olive oil or avocado oil, or you can do tallow when you're cooking, or red palm oil is great with vegetables. So just choose 2 oils and go with it. Blending some heated oil with fresh herbs, maybe a little bit of coconut milk and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. You can blend this up and use it for a sauce for your vegetables. It is so good. For your meats during your meals, it's best to go with grass-fed, grass-finished meats. And I'll link up in the show notes to a recent podcast episode that we did on grass-fed, grass-finished meats and whether or not they are beneficial for you. Okay, then you have salmon, uncured bacon, and basically the higher the quality of your meat, the higher quality of the fat you're eating, and the better off your body will be. So if you've chosen to go the grass-fed, grass-finished route, you can really have fun with a ton of the fats in the food and know that they're high-quality fats. If you can't get your hands on some grass-fed, grass-finished meat, maybe have access to soy-free, corn-free chicken, then you could use that instead, and it's really good as well. Now, if you can't get your hands on really good, clean, awesome meat that's grass-fed, grass-finished, soy-free, corn-free, all of those good words, then you want to go with low-fat meats and try to go with the lowest fat possible, and then just add your own oils to it so you can kind of control that piece. And then some meal ideas in order to pump up your fat include things like shredded brisket with roasted vegetables, taco salad with grass-fed meat, and a little bit of chili powder on there with some fresh celery and cucumber and greens like kale and romaine. And you can add some MCT oil mayo to that, a nutritional yeast, which is high in fiber, and you'll have one heck of an awesome taco salad that's keto. Also, another great one that I love is taking like canned salmon, putting it in the blender with a couple of eggs. Like you could have fun with it. It could be 1 to 4 eggs. Who cares? I like 2, but your choice. You blend it up until it's smooth, and then you drop it into a heated pan that has a bunch of oil in it, some hot oil, and you're basically making salmon pancakes, and they're so good. I like frying them in tallow, but you could have fun with it. Avocado oil would work too. And then I put it on a plate with a bunch of mayo and I go to town. It is so good. Another great dinner option to boost up your fat is something like a chicken salad topped over cucumbers. So all you got to do is chop up the chicken, mix in the mayo, and then put it on little cucumbers. And it's like you're eating a little sandwich, like Alice in Wonderland style. It's really cute. So there are some ideas, some food ideas. It's rare that I come out with the food ideas. I guess I'm in the mood because I'm in the process of writing a cookbook and I'm getting into the food zone, thinking about food. Okay, have a great Wednesday. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Keto Diet Podcast. Join us again next Sunday to discover more keto for women secrets for your fat-fueled life. The Keto Diet Podcast, including show notes and links, provides information in respect to healthy living, recipes, nutrition, and diet, and is intended for informational purposes only. The information provided is not a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment, nor is it to be confused as such. We cannot guarantee that the information provided on the Keto Diet Podcasts reflects the most up-to-date medical research. Information is provided without any representations or warranties of any kind. Please consult a qualified physician for medical advice, and always seek the advice of a qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding your health and nutrition program.